Why are you failing? Failure. It's a word that carries so much weight, doesn't it? But let me ask you this. How often do you stop and really ask yourself why? Why are you stuck? Why do you keep falling short? If you've been feeling like life is slipping through your fingers, then stay with me, because today we're going to uncover the real reasons you're failing, and more importantly, how you can turn it all around. By the end of this video, you won't just have clarity. You'll have a roadmap to success. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but somehow things just don't work out? Maybe you've tried setting goals, staying motivated, even working harder than ever before, but nothing seems to change. I've been there too. Here's the truth. Failure isn't a sign that you're not good enough. It's a signal. It's trying to tell you something. And today, we're going to decode it together. Over the next 40 minutes, I'm going to break down the hidden reasons why people fail and how you can rewrite your story. But let me warn you, this isn't just about inspiration. It's about action. Are you ready to change your life? Let's dive in. Understanding failure. Why it's not your enemy. Let's start by reframing how you see failure. Society tells us it's something to avoid, something to be ashamed of. But think about this. Every great success story begins with failure. Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Oprah was fired from her first job as a TV anchor. Failure isn't the end. It's a lesson. It's a mirror reflecting what's not working and what needs to change. The problem isn't that you're failing. The problem is that you're not learning from it. Let me share something personal. There was a time in my life when I felt like a complete failure. Every project I started fizzled out. Every goal I set seemed impossible to reach. But then I realized it wasn't about working harder. It was about working smarter and understanding what my failures were trying to teach me. The hidden reasons behind failure, breaking it down. Now let's get specific. Here are the 5 hidden reasons why most people fail. Reason 1, lack of clarity. Do you know where you're going? If you're vague about your goals, you'll never know what steps to take. Clarity is power. Without it, you're like a ship lost at sea without a map. Action tip. Write down your goals, not just in your head, but on paper. Be specific. Don't just say, I want to be successful. Define what success looks like for you. Reason 2, fear of failure. Here's the irony. Fear of failure is one of the biggest causes of failure. It keeps you from taking risks, from putting yourself out there. But remember this, the only true failure is not trying. Imagine being 80 years old, looking back at your life, and realizing you let fear hold you back. Is that the story you want to tell? Reason 3, lack of discipline. Success isn't about motivation, it's about discipline. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going when things get tough. Are you willing to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it? Action tip. Start small. Build one positive habit at a time. Remember, discipline compounds over time. Reason 4, negative mindset. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't or I'm not good enough, you're setting yourself up for failure. Your mind believes what you tell it. Pro tip. Practice affirmations. Every morning, say something positive about yourself, even if you don't believe it at first. Over time, you'll start to see yourself differently. Reason 5, lack of adaptability. Life is unpredictable. Plans fail. Circumstances change. The question is, are you willing to adapt, or are you stuck clinging to what doesn't work? Action tip. Embrace flexibility. Treat every setback as an opportunity to pivot and find a better way. The turnaround. How to stop failing and start succeeding. So, how do you turn failure into success? It starts with 3 key steps. Step 1, reflect. Take a step back and analyze your failures. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What could I have done differently? Be honest, but kind to yourself. Step 2, plan. Now that you know what went wrong, create a new plan. Break it down into small, actionable steps. Remember, success is built one step at a time. Step 3. Execute with consistency. Success isn't about doing extraordinary things. It's about doing ordinary things consistently. Show up every day, even when it's hard. The urgency of now. Why you must act today. Let me ask you something. How much longer are you going to wait? How many more mornings will you wake up feeling stuck? The time to act is now. Your future self is depending on you. Imagine the person you could be 1 year from now if you start today. Don't let another day slip by. Final motivation. Failure isn't the end. It's the beginning of something greater. But only if you choose to see it that way. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more life-changing content. Remember, you are not defined by your failures. You're defined by how you rise after them. Until next time, go out there and make it happen